So, I can't remember if Laura actually does give you money or if she gives you items, because I know she sends the Bachelor on a similar quest, but she doesn't open up the Path of the Harpist to you like the same way, so...
Herispicus was offered 100,000 for his inheritance. He has refused.
Well, prepare for challenges. I hope it won't last long. Of course. Alright, get out of the fire. Yeah, my reputation is very low. For no reason at all, I'm gonna drop another save. I have to be on the lookout for bugs still. Let's see. Rounding the corners. I'm used to being attacked when my reputation is this low, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Usually if it's under a third, you get attacked. So, we'll just have to see how that goes once the morning hits. There's a thug. Stay further away from him, up into that shop that we all know and love. It's up on the right. Should be able to get there without getting to me. He might attack this lady, so maybe I'm gonna go around here, and hopefully there's not one over here too. That would be just my luck that one was walking up the stairs. Sounds like he attacked either the man or woman. So we're just gonna duck in there really quick. Just to ensure our safety as we pass through here. I'm going to be trying to pick up items a little less, because I felt bad that I stopped so much the first day. I was trying to fill in the time with some words about Clara's path, but sometimes I was just wandering around looking for items obsessively. Shoot. Yeah, it's not going in for me. So, I'm actually gonna wander around for some items a little bit, since it's so item heavy right here. Stretch. I guess this last can, I'll go off to Young Glad's. I guess another piece that if you haven't played one of the other paths, I am pretty much going to go through the game assuming that you know who all the characters are, and I'm not giving any like information about them.
This house
Specifically.
oppresses me.
Wait, haven't you gone down the well? How have you managed to get out so quickly? It's the first time I am here, and who is there in the well? I dissolved in sand layers, and then just near your porch, the earth vomited me out. I think I'm gonna say the first one, even though I really want to say the second one. What do you deceive me for? No, you won't confuse me with your tricks. I've read enough about you, creatures shaped of clay and bones. I know what the legend of daughters and also Bower mages say about you. No more tricks. I declare triumphantly that all said above doesn't refer to me.
Who never made follies is not so wise as it seems to him.
I even like you. When I'm looking at you, a feeling emerges that there is no other man in the world closer than you are. Obsession. So So it is Vladilgimsky. There's nobody more intimate to you than I am. Okay.
What is this silent house?
Okay, that is the house that Barak's father, Isidore, did occupy. Could you tell me about Ospina then? Do you know her? Of course, a very interesting person. So have you got acquainted yet? You came together rather quickly. Why do you need her? Alexander Savarov wants to find a criminal guilty of all crimes threatening to you. I realize as well. And not vice versa? No, you got me wrong. So, did he advise you to turn to me? Crafty, but I underestimated him. He turns out to be willing to render me a service by this monster out of our way, right? My new father has more important things to do than render your services. Rendering you services. Is she a monster? She is the reason for all riots in the Order. There's no other man who did more evil to our family. Sometimes it seems to me that she is an evil spirit. She emerged suddenly after one of the riots. My father put down the revolt with a heavy hand that time, as well as made the elder Oyan their chief. So, here's another time when Elder Oyan is... I don't think he's ever mentioned in Daniel's. Actually, Aglasia, I think there's one text line where Aglasia might mention him to you. Or the Horispicus, if you go through a very specific text line with them as Daniel. But other than that, you don't even hear his name as Daniel. But even Barak doesn't really hear about the Elder, and he's certainly not named for, is it like the first 4 days? 6 days? So, Clara getting this just that early is just really, like, significant to why they locked her playthrough until you had played at least one of the others. Although if you had just played Daniel's path and then played hers next just because you unlocked it, then certain things like this would still seem a little out of place or confusing, so it's really advisable to just play both of them before you unlock hers. Alright, anyway. Oh, really? Yes, since then, I consider her embodiment of the recalcitrance of the Order. I even started mixing up reasons with results. Either she emerged to revenge upon us for our cruelty, or her instigations make my father take tough measures. Everything has been locked into a vicious circle. So you suppose she is an avenger and embodiment of higher reckoning, don't you? Isn't it too much honor for her to play such a role? So she wants to wipe out your family and destroy the Order instead of it. And destroys the Order instead of it. I think I'm going to say the first one. No, I've recently seen her. I cannot... gorged her eyes. They were faded with, that clingy and intent. That doesn't make sense either. I cannot... It's really something about, like, how he can't, like, make out her eyes or, like, interpret the, feeling behind them. Because he goes on to say that they're faded with that. Maybe just it wasn't supposed to be an and. Maybe it's just that clingy intent. Spiteful. Where she's just clingy intent I take to mean like that she was just he thinks that she's thinking about them. Like, you know, when you see somebody and you lock eyes and you just like you feel like they're thinking something bad about you, and most of the time it's just they just woke up, or, you know, they had a bad morning, or there's a yucky taste in their mouth. Something like that, where that's kind of like the feeling I get there, and then he's just spiteful. And that's just how I would take that. She had behaved as if I were absent beforehand. She preferred cursing the father and threatening that she will kill him. All this is strange. Strange. What's strange with it? Do you know what I have just thought about? She has already killed the father. How? Like this, yes. Everything has happened like this, not in vain. And this terrible thing in apiary, yes. Pointed a ram at him that will surely reach him hourly. And now she has switched at me, right?